Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome to kinda news video. Not really though, I guess. More so just my 2 cents on what came out of Runefest, which was the RuneScape 2017 reveals. So stuff coming up next year, which includes a whole bunch of cool stuff, but there was a survey, so that's kinda cool. There is listed here what they kinda have planned for the top winners of the certain the top winners of the poll. So that's kind of nice. So I just kind of want to go through them briefly and just maybe talk about them a little bit if they're interesting enough, or just I cut out my 2 cents on them and stuff like that. So they have a post on their website for RuneScape 2017 reveals and stuff, so I'm just going to kind of go through them. The first one that they have here is something that a lot of people have been pushing for a very long time, but it looks like now that the NXT client is out, they could actually implement it, and that is weather. Now, weather in RuneScape would be kind of cool, and they could do it fairly easily and fairly flawlessly and put it into the game and stuff like that. Even having just a random generator or something like that that randomly chooses what the weather currently is, and kind of puts to that, or certain times of the day having certain weather patterns than others or anything like that. And some of their pictures that they have here, some of the concept art stuff, has, like, say, Wizard's Tower with a big lightning storm, blizzard, sunny day. They have Al-Kharid on a normal day with a sandstorm, and like after a rain. They have what looks to be Taverley here with fog, snow, and just regular what it is kind of now. It's pretty cool, and they say yes, they can do seasonal weather, but they want to do more with the update, saying that it should affect how we play the game. Like the lightning bolts example in the Wizard's Tower, actually being able to unleash it as a component for new spells or abilities or anything like that. Plus, it would be kind of cool to incorporate something like lightning into the Wizard's Tower and have something kind of around that with the wizards, because they seem like the ones that would be harnessing stuff like that. So, yeah, they're saying about going down Al-Kharid and watching sandstorms, picking up whole dunes of sand and like unveiling tombs and stuff to explore, flash floods that bring rare fish to previously barren areas that would never have fishing, stuff like that. So lots of different kind of things they could really do with weather, which is kind of cool. And honestly, one of the more looking forward to updates for hopefully next year is weather. So I'd love to see weather in RuneScape. I think it would just be the cherry on the cake now with the NXT client. So that's pretty cool. The other thing is the Elder Gods, which have been mentioned off and on for quite a while. One of the more mentioned ones is Bick, which is the god that's sleeping under Entrana, or essentially is the island of Entrana, more or less. And he is a big motherfucker. Essentially, they're saying here, they're talking about the Elder Gods, and that they're starting to wake up, and they're not happy, and that they basically want to kill everybody because we fucked it up. That we are essentially, as they say here, noisy, dirty tenants. They want us gone. So, yeah, the concept art for Bick looks pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah, there's no battling out of this. No Virago to come and save us or anything like that. It's just, we're pretty much fucked. And Zeros is basically the only son of a bitch who has a plan. And they're hoping that Sliske's endgame doesn't completely fuck that up. So most likely a quest hinting towards future content with the Elder Gods will be coming out next year, which would be Sliske's endgame and stuff in the Zeros quest line, because he has the plan for these big motherfuckers that would literally destroy everything if they had the chance to. So, yeah, kind of interesting. I'd like to see what they're going to do with that, but quests aren't really my bag. The next thing is pets, and skill pets were introduced not that long ago, only a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah, only about a month ago or so. It's actually one of my higher view videos right now, which is funny. But yeah, so they're talking about skilling pets. It was one of the things that people wanted. They want to do pets for the combat skills soon, so attack, defense, magic, summoning, and prayer. They also want to say here they want to do a clue scroll pet and a minigames pet with a pet park. So Yeah, okay. The pet park, I'm assuming, is just going to be a place that you can store all of these kind of pets and have them running around. I'm guessing it's going to be maybe part of construction update, kind of like how you have with you can have your pets and stuff at your house now and build that room for them. Be kind of nice to have something like that, an update to construction like that with the pet park, but it could also be something that is separate from that as well. They're also talking about customizing the park, so maybe even a separate thing that's still kind of tied in with construction, maybe, because construction could use a nice little facelift. Honestly, it's kind of one of those skills that kind of goes by the wayside. Nobody cares about. They're like, oh yeah, I got to get that to 99 to get max. Oh well, build a billion teak larders, I guess. So it'd be nice to see kind of a rework with the skill pets. I think that'd be kind of nice to see. The next thing was bank rework, which was the most requested, they say. I don't think it was the most. I think it was close. But it'd be nice to see a rework of the bank, to be totally honest. It's been the same for quite a long time. Their concept art thing here, the default layout they've got, looks kind of interesting. But I don't know if it'll be... It was really something that... I don't know. They'll probably rework it, I would imagine. But yeah. So it would be kind of nice to see a huge change in the way that it feels and the way that you can take out like full inventories of stuff with the saved inventory stuff. It'd be kind of nice to see that kind of stuff. Placeholders would be nice to see in RuneScape 3. It's in Old School, but it's not in RuneScape 3, or at least it's in Old School on OS Buddy. I'm not sure if it's an OS Buddy feature or not, but it's in Old School. It'd be nice to have the ability to put some placeholders for some items in. It'd be kind of nice to see, but there'd also be nice to see kind of better sorting tools, better organizational tools, like say alphabetical or by type, by weapon or armor, by whatever, right? It'd be kind of nice to have some stuff like that, and that's what they're also saying. They're also saying customization with colored tabs, so you'll know kind of which tab has what kind of stuff. You can attach keywords to your tab, manipulate your inventory management stuff, so coal bags, beasts of burden, etc., in a much more streamlined way, which I would really like to see because it is a bit of a mess right now. It'd be really nice too to have an equip and unequip option that isn't as kind of clunky, I find, as the current one with as far as your armor and stuff's concerned. I think it'd just be kind of nice to see that kind of stuff. The bank could use a good little overhaul. The next thing is clue scrolls. So they want to do another rework with clue scrolls, which I would love to see. Honestly, I enjoy doing clue scrolls for the most part. I hate the fucking slider puzzles, but just about everything else I don't mind that much. So yeah, it'd be nice to see maybe clue scrolls kind of be brought up a little bit more. They want to rework existing clue scrolls, make the rewards more worth the effort. They want to allow you have more than one go at a time. They're also wanting stuff like new challenges and rewards. There'll be new god birds, new third age gear, some unique clue scroll gear. But one reward they really want to do is unique footprints that you leave as you move around the world. So I'm assuming it'll be like walking in the sand in most games. You'll walk 5 feet. There'll be, those footprints 5 feet behind you, and they'll just slowly disappear. But like in different styles, which would be kind of cool. So different colors, maybe glowing ones, rainbowy ones, glittery one, whatever, right? Ones perpetrated to a god, maybe like Zamorax would have like a, fire and stuff like that, and Gothics would like maybe like you'd footprints and like flowers would pop up or something. I don't know, but it'd be kind of cool to see that kind of stuff kind of come through in clue scrolls. That'd be really, really neat. They're also talking about adding a new tier, which includes the champion tier, which would be cool because Old School does have the master clues now, so champion tier to kind of match that would be nice to see. So they're also talking about skilling clues, high scores, high school tables, and competitive clue scrolls and stuff, including stuff like the first to go and solve these clue scrolls will get a certain custom prize, and it'd be kind of custom made and stuff, good for streamers and all that kind of shit. So I mean, it'd be nice to see clue scrolls get a nice a facelift after so long. A lot of this that we're talking about here is kind of content that's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit. Construction, the bank, clue scrolls, not the Elder Gods so much, and not really weather so much. But it's nice to see this kind of stuff. The next thing, of course, is a solo boss. Because we don't have enough of fucking them already. It came out high on the survey. It wasn't something I voted for. I voted for a group boss because, honestly, I'm not a solo boss kind of person. I would rather go with a bunch of friends and have some fun. So, I don't know. New solo boss, it's great. They seem to release one a lot. So I would like to see another group boss next year too. Like another solo boss, sure, that's fine, but another group boss would be kind of nice, or one that you can solo or group. Something like how God Wars is set up. Like you can go to Vindicta solo, or you can go with a couple of people if you really want to. Like stuff like that, right? Have the option open. So have it be a tough solo, but also have it be a fun group event if you wanted to do that. I mean, you could really take a boss and have both. Both sides of the same coin. You could really have it so it was harder solo, harder in a group, or it does certain things when you're there solo, and it does certain things when you're a group, and just kind of work it that way, right? So we have a bit of the better of both worlds. It'd be kind of nice to see, but another solo boss I'm not that hyped for. Although the concept art does look pretty sweet for what they're calling the ambassador. So yeah, both, please, or at least do one solo boss, one group boss in 2017. Thanks. The next thing is something they have promised for a while. It's the mining and smithing rework, and it's something they're working on. They delayed it. They were supposed to be out this year, but they're going back to the drawing board and completely reworking it. So that's fine. They still intend to bring rune and dragon gear to a smithing level that makes more sense. They still want to release new materials, armor and weapons, and all kinds of cool shit. So they're working on that a bit more, which is nice to see them really wanting to flush it out. The concept art for some of the new stuff looks really fucking cool. So I can't wait to see how that works out. Another thing, Evil Dave Quest. So if you don't know who Evil Dave is, nobody would blame you. He's a bit of a nut job. I think he has his own kind of quest right now, and it's an old quest. I forget what the fuck it is, but it'd be sweet to see him in a new quest, especially with Zamrock back now, because he's always been like the anti-hero that fucks everything up and fucks up all the time and is not really evil. He's really a nice guy. So it'd be interesting to see now that Zamrock is actually back in the storyline to actually have a quest with them too. I think it could be really, really funny, and a quest that I would actually enjoy doing, whereas most quests I just kind of scoff at. They've been really good this year. Gower Quest was a whole lot of fun. I didn't even want to guide with that one. I just did that on my own, and it was a lot of fun. It was, kind of different. Really showed the Gower brothers and all these other updates and stuff, and it was funny. It was great. So a quest with Evil Dave and Zamorak in the same kind of comedic breath as Gower Quest would be fantastic. So yeah. Also expansions. That was a big thing that was being discussed too, and it's been discussed a little bit throughout the year. Technically, the Ark was kind of an expansion. The Eastern Lands have been a thing that have been a mystery for a long fucking time. So releasing the Ark was an expansion. The big thing they really want to do, of course, is the Ark Chapter 2 and the new Golden City of Menaphos update, which is a huge fucking undertaking by the looks of it. Like a whole new massive city for Menaphos, a whole Slayer dungeon, and all this kind of shit. And it looks really, really cool. There is a trailer out for it too, featuring the lovable, oh my god, wow, Ozan, sorry. The lovable Ozan, who is going to the Golden City of Menaphos. It looks pretty fucking cool. It looks just like a big city kind of scape, kind of like almost like another Prif almost, but not really. They're saying that it's going to have a big city. There's going to be a bank, GE, all kinds of training methods, anything you can want from a hub city. So like Varrock was, like Prif is now, that kind of stuff. So that'd be kind of cool to see. Yeah. It sounds pretty cool. So the Tomb of Menaphos is essentially the basically a city scale version of like Pyramid Plunder. So they're going to be, they're not really haven't really worked it out quite yet. It's going to be like a resources kind of thing. So you're going to train certain skills, get a big chunk of XP, that kind of stuff, and it's going to be objective based. There's not a whole lot on it. They seem to be kind of still working around some stuff, so it looks interesting. They are saying that the Tombs of Menethos will be some of the best XP rates in the game, so that's interesting. It's also about testing non-combat ability, so it's going to be stuff like Herbalore Agility, possibly Div, which would be kind of interesting. Maybe even bits of non-combat versions of Invention. So that'd be kind of cool to see, and kind of see what goes on with that. So it looks kind of cool. They're also a Cronus quest, which is going to be kind of Menethos related, so it's under the same tag as the Golden City Menethos. But Cronus is one of the desert gods, so he's like a Patmikin in Do No Evil, or Scabarus in Contact. So many people know who Scabarus is. So like those gods, he's been corrupted by Amaskut, who just seems to like to fuck everybody up. So essentially you more or less just have to kind of fix all that kind of crap and face Amaskut. Apparently hard to say what this quest is going to be, whether it's going to be one of the hard quests or Grandmaster or what, but it'll be interesting to see what happens anyway. The other big thing that I mentioned a little bit earlier was the Menethos Slayer Dungeon, which is interesting. So, what this really means for Slayer is there's going to be new beasts, there's going to be new drops, there's going to be new stuff, and Slayer is going to go from 99 to 120 now instead of just 99. So Slayer is going to be the next skill to be able to be trained to 120. So that's going to be kind of cool. There's going to be new Slayer stuff for higher levels past 99 too. So that'll be interesting to see what happens, what comes out with that, and how fucking hard they're going to be. If it's anything like Ripper Demons again, then just count me the fuck out, honestly, because that shit's stupid. Stupid hard. So we'll see, I guess, once it's released. But it looks kind of cool. Looks very promising, so can't wait for that. Shattered Worlds was also something they announced, which is essentially dimension hopping. So more or less, it's kind of like a trial kind of thing. So you're going to hop from one pocket dimension to another, and one you might have to do some skilling. You may have to kill some stuff, maybe a puzzle, all that kind of stuff to hop to the next portal. So there's going to be certain challenges with it. There's going to be certain XP rewards with it, as well as different item rewards and stuff. And they're going to add all kinds of new stuff to it once it's even out. So it'd be kind of cool to see what comes up with that. Achievements is something else they want to change up a little bit, and more or less just they want to update the achievements, so they want to have more, they want to do more with it. They also want to structure it a bit better, so it's a little bit more streamlined in the interface, because it is a bit kind of jumbled at the moment. It's very hard to read and figure out what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, or where you're supposed to be going, or if you've done all the easy tasks, if you've done all the medium tasks, what ones you can and can't do. It's really confusing if you don't know what you're looking at. So a rework of that would be really, really nice to see. So hopefully they can do that and do that well. Apparently this is going to be one of the first half of the years, so one of the earlier updates while we're waiting for expansions. So can't wait for it. Be nice to see. What was next? That's it. That's literally it. So the last one was the achievements. And, yeah, I can't wait for those, because it'd be nice to actually fucking, have an achievement system that's not fucked up and not confusing as hell. And some new stuff would be cool, too. But, yeah. So that's all of the RuneScape 2017 reveals from Runefest this year, with the exception of one last one that I want to talk about, and I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen right now. So if you can read that, which I'm hoping most of you can, they're talking about, what's coming up in the rest of the year, but at the near the very bottom, there is, they say, and our wild card, : and then it says bank bidders, bid on banned accounts with limited information. Gambling. That's what that is. It's gambling. It's something they've banned outright multiple times. I know Oak Dice is in a bit of a stir over this kind of stuff, because they're like, wait, you're banning fucking our, dicing and shit, but you can fucking bank or a bid on this shit. The question too is it bidding with real cash? Is it bidding with in-game cash? How is that going to work? If it's with in-game cash, it's a bit unfair because the accounts that some people know what's on them and what skills they have, they're going to bid higher. They're going to use those, probably strip the accounts of all their items and stuff, maybe even sell the accounts off. It's hard to say what's going to happen with these accounts. I don't think it's right either, because just on the basis of the fact that when I did Failgex a couple of years ago, and I know it's still going on, a lot of accounts do get banned unfairly, and some of those accounts just don't get unbanned. I have one of those accounts. My account was actually hijacked, about 3 years ago, and I'm on a different account now, obviously, but it was hijacked about 3 years ago, and the guy basically went around and said that he bought it all the time. People eventually reported him. The account got banned. I did appeal it a couple times. I did try to contact Jagex directly with no fucking avail, and that account is still banned. It's still in my possession, but it was unfairly banned. It was not me. I don't bot. It's not what I do. It's not fun. What's the point of fucking botting in the game? Like, just don't play the fucking game if you're not going to play the fucking game. So I don't really see that as fair to those kind of people. I see it as a bit wrong because it's just outright gambling. You don't know what's on those accounts. You don't know what's going on with those accounts. You don't know if you're bidding too low, too high. It also gives a chance, if it is in-game currency, for the rich to essentially just to continue getting richer, because what they're going to do is they're going to bid on all these accounts as much as possible, and they're going to profit on it. And they're going to take everything off these accounts, and they could even, depending on who they are, I'm not saying everybody's going to, but most of these accounts are going to be forgotten. The rest of them are going to be sold. They are. That's what's going to happen. I can understand selling it to somebody who doesn't have an RuneScape account, doesn't really want to, work from the bottom up. That's okay, I guess, but that's not who is going to be buying these accounts. So I really see that as kind of something that was a poor idea to begin with and should not be on your wildcard. I think that's stupid. I think it's irresponsible, and I think that it honestly just kind of slaps a lot of people in the face who have accounts that were either banned unfairly or they were banned because some dumb fuck hacked into their account and bought it on it. Stuff like that, right? Like, it's just not smart. It's not ethical, and I don't think they should go through with it. I won't be participating in it if it does go through, because I just refuse outright to fuck around with that kind of stuff. And just not worth it. Stupid fucking idea. But that's it, though, for this video. Thank you much for watching. Let me know what you think of the 2017 reveal stuff. Is there anything you really like? Anything you really, really hate? What do you think on bidding for banned accounts? Just let me know in the comments. And other than that, guys, I will see you all later on. Peace.